What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Rhonda here. I'm on a little bit of a time crunch right now, but I want to get this out here for you guys. So let's recap something real quick. If you guys watched my video yesterday about the two people that was hospitalized from the Portland shooting by federal agents, I mentioned in that video that what if all this is a distraction, especially what's been going on with Venezuela. We know the United States did strikes in Venezuela, captured their president and his wife, flown them to New York. Nicolas Maduro plead not guilty. We knew that was going to happen. All that stuff. And I was literally mentioning, maybe this is all the distraction. Is the timing of all this is just crazy, and we just got into 2026. Most people was hoping 2026 would have been a better year, especially what happened last year. It really kicked off on New Year's with the attack that happened in New Orleans last year. So just a lot of stuff going on. And then I think there was a cyber truck that blew up in front of a Pacific building and I think Vegas last year as well on New Year's, which was intentional. We know the issues that's been going on with Tesla, what's going on with Tesla. So I would just say, if you guys own a Tesla out there, be really careful, because you just never know what can happen and how people actually feel, if you guys are following me. But this latest attack that happened over in Europe with Russia and Ukraine, I feel like I told you guys something was off. I literally predicted something was off by saying, what if all this is a distraction? Because maybe the United States want to take the attention off of what they know probably is going to happen, or they just didn't want to say anything. They want everybody's attention to be going on with the situation that happened in Minneapolis, or is currently going on in Minneapolis, and was currently now happening in Portland. So that's what you guys just have to think about. I'm going to get into this headline with you guys. If you guys haven't heard about the latest attack on Ukraine that Russia did, I think yesterday, well, late last night over here. Not like striking over here, it's striking Ukraine. And I'm going to tell you guys what probably happened. And yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this article. Before I get into reading this headline, multiple sources are reporting this, but this is just coming from CNN. It was updated 3 hours ago. Right now it's 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 9th, 2026. So the article reads, Russia strikes Western Ukraine with Hypersonic ballistic missile, one of the most advanced weapons. Again, Russia strikes Western Ukraine with Hypersonic ballistic missile, one of its most advanced weapons. So we go down here and it say Kyiv, Russia fired a hypersonic Hypersonic missile at a target in western Ukraine overnight Thursday near the border with NATO member Poland. Poland, Poland. What do you guys think of that one? And what was labeled as Barzan warning to widen continent and the United States. To the wider continent and the United States. Sorry about that. It marked the first time in more than a year that Moscow has unleashed the Hypersonic, which can contain multiple warheads and carry either conventional or nuclear payloads. While Russia did not confirm the targets of Hypersonic missile fire, the country Ministry of Defense noted a massive strike with high-precision, long-range, and sea-based weapons, including the Hypersonic mobile medium-range ground-based missile system, in a statement on Friday. Remember, guys, today is Friday. Meanwhile, Russian forces launched hundreds of air weapons and barrage that Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky said targeted energy facilities and civilian infrastructure in multiple regions, including Kyiv. More than 500,000 households were without power in Kyiv region Friday, with the capital's mayor asking residents to leave the city temporarily to access power, heat everywhere else. Mind you guys, Ukraine right now has snow, have a lot of snow. And with Russia going after the energy infrastructure, and it's not surprising that they're going after civilians. They've been doing that. But the energy infrastructure, it's cold over there. We all know it's cold over there in Europe, and they're getting snow. And taking that out, the energy house is going to warm up stuff, and you guys know, so they're going to be cold. So let's go down here. Russia said it launched its latest attack in response to Ukraine's purported attempt to hit Russian Vladimir Putin's home last month. The CIA had assessed Ukraine was not targeting a residence used by Putin, according to U.S. officials. European allies issued a tide of condemnation against Moscow Friday, revealing a widened gap between Russian and Western positions soon. Intensive U.S.-led peace talks broke down in December. Then we go down here. Ukrainian security officials accused Moscow of committing a war crime, warning that debris from the arresting missile had been located in Lviv. I'm not good at pronouncing words in European names and stuff, so bear with me, guys. And classified as military evidence. And SBU investigators classified the use of this weapon against Ukraine civilian infrastructure as a war crime on the part of the Russian Federation, the Ukrainian Security Service said in a statement. And yeah, that just goes on and on. So the United States, well, Ukraine actually is saying that Russia launched an Hypersonic missile on Ukraine, just near the border of Poland. Now, Poland, again, is a NATO country. Poland already had missiles that came close, and I think drones that violated, and debris that fell over into their border when Russia used an attack on Ukraine. Now, we know Putin don't like NATO at all. Russia don't like NATO at all because we're helping Ukraine, which is a country that he's currently fighting right now. And there's been talks that Russia wants to go after other European countries, with the United States possibly getting involved if that happens, most likely. But according to Russia, I guess Ukraine tried to launch a strike near Vladimir Putin home in Russia. How true that is, I can't confirm. We can't confirm because we know you can't trust every country, no matter where you live. You can't trust every country. We know we cannot trust Russia because Russia do some sneaky stuff. We know a lot of countries actually do sneaky stuff. No country is perfect on this earth. But this also comes just a day, I think, after, a day or two after there was been talks about Russia talking about sinking our ships, the American ships, because we seized a Russian-flagged oil tanker. Now, how true that is, I cannot confirm that Russia is actually going to do that, but we cannot rule that situation out at all in retaliation because we know the United States is sticking in their nose into a lot of stuff that's been going on, and we saying that Russia did this, and Russia saying that we did this, and you don't know who's really lying here. It's like a he say, she say situation that's going on right now. We know the United States has been supplying Ukraine with weapons, and I'm not mistaken, aircrafts and stuff like that, fighter jets, and Russia probably don't like that because Russia knows that a lot of people say America has one of the best military, and Russia will probably know what they probably gonna be up against, because we know Russia is a big country, literally. And it seems like he just want more land. We actually don't know what Russia really wants with Ukraine. It seems like this war been going on for forever now, since 2022. So many peace deals been trying to be made, and again, there's no progress that's been going on, especially with this incident right here and what the United States did to the Russian flagged oil tanker. What we did to Russia, and we know Russia, I think, likes Venezuela. You gotta think, we trying to come up with a peace deal so Ukraine and Russia can work things out and the war can end. With us doing that type of actions, and the United States would be crazy to go to Putin and say, hey, can you sign this deal? Do you accept this deal after we did what we did to Russia, to their ship? So, well, the oil tanker. So you got to think that Russia ain't accepting that, because even though we already know he probably wasn't going to accept it anyways, because there's been so much things. I guess he's just not to his liking. I assume he wants Ukraine not to have no military or anything like that, and probably do the same thing to another country if he invades another European country, which I do not rule out that happening. The way he's treating Ukraine, the way things is going with Ukraine is not a coincidence. And then talking about going after other European countries, and we know America is potentially on this list, probably not by airstrikes. We cannot rule that out, but it'll be a heck of a surprise if Russia does a strike on the United States. I noticed Canada been really quiet, but there's another headline I want to get to you guys about, which that's going to be in a different video. And this is related to the Greenland situation. So it seems like the United States is constantly pushing other country buttons, and it's going to be kind of hard to back out when things get really crazy, because tensions is constantly escalating, and I expect these tensions to continue to escalate throughout the spring, the summer, really throughout the summer. I expect more attacks to be happening on U.S. soil by terror and stuff like that. Maybe cyber attacks as well, because the United States is just not quitting it, especially what's been going on with Venezuela. Yeah, hey, it's just crazy. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more latest updates coming from me, Arande, And with that being said, make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe, share my channel with family and friends. And with that being said, it's Runday out.